Hi, everyone. Don't know if you're there yet. As you come in, can you post something to say that you're with me? I'm gonna put a message in here. Hopefully, you can hear me and everything. It's all good. We're gonna post where you're listening from and who is with you. All right. It's good to see you. All right. Just giving a second here. Have my Coffee Talk with Kim mug, freshly brewed cup of, I think it's pike roast. Richard made it for me. Hello, Miss Mary Welch. Thank you for joining. As you guys come in, it's always great to see where everybody's coming in from. I know that people join us on these episodes that may not know each other. This is a good place for us to connect, good place for us to share stories, a good place for us to um, use our lessons, to learn from each other, to encourage one another, to laugh with each other. We haven't cried with each other yet. I don't know. I don't know. That might be tonight. It's been one of those days. I keep forgetting today's Monday. But then realizing how today has been for me, it it's been a Monday. So um, anyway, so just giving another minute for people to join in. So if you're just coming in, you're just joining, go ahead and leave a message there, letting us know that you're here, maybe letting us know where you're coming from. It's hard for me to tell on these Facebook Live streams just how many people that we have. Like right now, I see one viewer, and I don't know if that's accurate or if there's more people, if we have some people who are coming in late. And that's okay too, because you can always watch these later. And once again, I don't do these really to get tons of viewers. I do it to be an encouragement. This week is more about what I need. I know that probably sounds selfish, but um, I was talking with my sister, who is conveniently watching with us, and just kind of talking about everything I have going on, some of which I can't share publicly yet, but hopefully in the next week or so, there's some big things on the horizon for me. So, one of those big things I can share, I'm coming up on the end of two classes ending at the same time, and then I have about a weekend before two new classes start. So, that on top of some things going on at work, there's a lot on my plate. My anxiety has been through the roof. I'm trying to figure out how to do all the things I want to do. And, because there's some things for me that are kind of non negotiables. I want to be able to do coffee talk. I want to be able to write for my blog. I want to be able to do well in my classwork. I want to be able to do well at work. And sometimes it's just a struggle, and it's been a struggle lately. It's been a real struggle for me to focus. It's been a real struggle for me to complete tasks. As a matter of fact, this is the first week in, oh, probably, I completed all my last master's program and never turned in a late assignment. This week is the first time I still have a project I have not submitted, so it is at this point late. So I'm trying to be okay with that, even though I'm not okay with it. And I thought about not doing coffee talk with Kim tonight, but I know it's important. It's important to me, and I thought, how can I combine a couple things that are really important to me? So tonight's coffee talk is a little bit different. I didn't have tons of time to research things, which is okay because this is not just a platform for us to learn academic things. This is a platform for us to learn from each other's stories. And so I kind of wanted to do a little bit of that tonight. For me, music is a huge part. it's always been a huge part of my life. Growing up, I grew up in a musical family. We always sang in church. We sang in car rides, um, long trips. We just always sang, and so music has always been part of my life. But for me, a lot of times I find healing, I find encouragement, I find hope in music. So tonight I'm calling um, Singing into the Night. That's what tonight's episode is going to be about. And I'm sorry if you hear creaking, it's because I'm sitting in this old wooden chair that was bewilled to our family. And I love the chair. It's a beautiful chair. It's got a nice purple cushion, but it is a little creaky, but it doesn't have the arms. And so I thought I would use that tonight because I'm going to bring out my guitar. So if you guys are joining, can you just let us know that you're there? Can you maybe you have too, because I forget to scroll down in your comments. So if you're there, can you just leave a comment and let us know that you're watching? I see Karen's with us. I see Mary's with us, and I see I'm there, which is good because if I wasn't here and we were going, that would be very awkward. So anyway, so tonight's is called Singing into the Night, and so why Singing into the Night? Well, there's three reasons. Um, First of all, for me, singing and music brings comfort. So, hey, Stephanie. So I say singing into the night because for me, music brings comfort. And for me right now, that's what I need. As I'm facing stressors, one of my stressors is laying here on the floor. No, not my husband, but it's actually my dog. And today he is literally, I had to go into work today, and I love him, but everywhere I move, this dog is under my feet. And he's following me everywhere I go. I go in the bathroom, he's nudging the door open, and he wants to lay under my feet as I'm going to the bathroom. He's panting. He's smiling, but he's panting, and he's not comfortable. He doesn't want to go to his bed. He wants to lay in the most inconvenient place. And I'm like, Richard's my husband. I've had it. I'm done with them. But yet, he wants to lay close to me. So, yay for dogs. They're so loyal and faithful, but sometimes they can be quite annoying. Drink to that one. So anyway, why singing into the night? For comfort for me. For hope is another reason why I chose this. And music has brought me through some really, really dark times. The whole reason for starting the blog, which ended up turning into a little bit into this, is your beagle is the same way. Yeah, separation anxiety. Man, the dog has taught me a lot about anxiety. For me, music has brought hope in some really, really dark times. We remember a lot of things when they're put to music. That's really what I mean. We were beings created to connect to music. I mean, our heart beats to a rhythm, right? We are all about rhythm and the fluctuation and tones and so we are all about rhythms and so music is really instilled in us. So for me, it's brought hope when I have really been in really, really dark times. I created a playlist. He's needy. Yes, my dog is needy. I created a playlist when we were going through the dark time with the boy that we were planning to adopt, and and it really just carried me through some really tough days. And I actually picked a couple songs from that I wanted to share from that playlist I wanted to share with you tonight. But I thought about this tonight. Why does music bring hope? And it depends on what you're listening to because there's some depressing stuff out there too. But I thought about this story. The story came to my mind about a man named Paul and a man named Silas, and they were in prison together. They had been proselytizing. They were following their faith, and they were mobbed up on. They were put in jail, and they were awaiting some really big trouble. And so I'm going to read a little bit of this story, and then I'm going to get into what we're doing. So they were put into the inner prison, and their feet were put in stocks and bonds. Not Wall Street, but they were put in stocks. Okay. And about midnight, Paul and Silas, they were praying, and they were singing hymns to God, and the prisoners were listening to them. And suddenly there was such a violent earthquake that the foundations of the jail were shaken, and immediately all the doors opened up, and everyone's chains came loose. When the jailer, who was supposed to be watching them, woke up and saw all the doors of the prison open, he drew out his sword, and he was going to kill himself, since he thought that he had let the prisoners escape. But Paul called out in a loud voice, "Don't harm yourself, because all of us are here." Then the jailer called for the lights. He rushed in, and he fell down trembling on the ground before Paul and Silas. Then he escorted them out and said, "Sirs, what must I do to be saved?" So they told him to believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and you shall be saved, and you and your household. And they spoke the message of the Lord to him along with everyone in that man's house. And he took them the same hour of the night and washed their wounds. Right away he and all his family were baptized. He brought them into his house, set a meal before them, and rejoiced because he had believed God with his entire household. And the reason why I tell that story is the music that they were singing. God heard their music, their prayers to God, and God literally caused their chains to fall off, and the doors were open, and opened an opportunity for not only them to be free, but for the people that were around them to be able to have the same actual, like a spiritual type of freedom. So to me, music represents hope, just like in the story of Paul and Silas. And that jailer got so much more than he even anticipated he would ever get when the chains fell off of those prisoners. And so the last thing for me, why singing into the night? For remembrance. Because for me, when I reflect on music, I remember. I can remember the same emotions that a song brings up in me every time I hear it. I can remember, where I was when I first heard it. I can remember what I thought the first time I actually understood the words. So, to me, that's why I picked Singing Into the Night, and I'm hoping that in the near future we're going to have some people on that can help, and it gives encouragement, yes. So, I'm hoping that pretty soon here I'll be able to get some people on the show and vlog, whatever we want to call it, and we can hear some more stories of people that will really can bring freedom to others, just like the story of Paul and Silas brought freedom and salvation of the God who did the saving to the jailer and his whole household. So the first song I wanted to share with you is the song Tremble. And I'm going to read the words to you first before I'm going to try to sing it for you. Hopefully it's not a huge disappointment, but just know it comes from my heart. This is one of the songs that was on my playlist when I was going through really, really dark times in the last 2 years. It's called Tremble, and it says, "Peace, bring it all to peace. The storm surrounding me, let it break at your name. Still, call the sea to still, the rage in me to still, every wave at your name. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, you silence fear. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, breathe. Call these bones to live. Call these lungs to sing once again, and I will praise. Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, you silence fear. Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus. Your name is a light that the shadows can't deny. Your name cannot be overcome. Your name is alive, forever lifted high. Your name cannot be overcome." So I'm going to take a couple minutes here. Hopefully the mix will be okay? I may not sing every part of it like what's on the radio, but I want you to hear it. And I don't have the words put up there, but the name of the song is called Tremble. If you want to look it up, you can. Peace, bring it all to peace. The storm surrounding me, let it break. At your name still, call the sea to still, the rage in me to still every wave. At your name, Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, you silence fear. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, breathe, call these bones to live, call these lungs to sing once again. I will praise Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, you silence fear. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, 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 you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, you silence fear. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, your name is a light that the shadows can't deny. Your name cannot be overcome. Your name is alive, forever lifted high. Your name cannot be overcome. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, you silence fear. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, 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 oh, Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus. So that is one of my favorites called Tremble. And I feel like it really just sums up that song, that story I was reading about Paul and Silas, about how the chains broke off and how just simply at the name of Jesus, he makes the darkness tremble. What protection and what comfort and really what remembrance there can be in that. The next one I want to do is a song that came to me in probably one of the darkest times I've ever had in my life. A time when, I don't know if you've ever experienced a time that you just didn't know if you were going to make it out. This was when we were in the hospital for 2 weeks. Actually, it was a month. A month in the children's psychiatric ER with the boy that we were going to adopt. And I was sick as a dog. I mean, I had lost a lot of weight. I was so anxious. I was scared. I didn't know what was going to happen, if it was going to work out. I feared that it wasn't going to work out, and the shame that I felt of what I thought that meant about me if it didn't work out. And so there was so many different emotions, and the darkest time I could see God pursuing my heart. All I could do was cry out to him because there was nothing else that I could do. And so this is a song, if I can scroll to it. I'm trying to get it on my iPad. And I know you guys have heard this. So just kind of bear with me. Hi, neighbor. My neighbor, Milagro, is on. You guys can say hi to her. There are new neighbors next door, and yeah, I'm trying to read it in Spanish. I'm trying. She said she's gonna teach me more Spanish, and I'm gonna try to teach her better English. Oh, I can click see translation. Oh, thank you, Milagro. That's so kind of you. So this just paints a picture in my mind of what God does for us when we are just so in over our heads and there's no way, seems like there's no way out. My iPad just flipped out. I'm gonna see if I can get it back up. You would know. It would do that to me. Here it is. Sorry about that. I should know it by now. You are not hidden. There's never been a moment you were forgotten. You are not hopeless. You have been broken, your innocence stolen. I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. So I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue. There is no distance that cannot be covered over and over. You're not defenseless. I'll be your shelter, I'll be your armor. I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. That's one of my favorite ones. One of my favorite ones. And that is really God talking to us. And so many times in the middle of our chaos and our struggle, he uses other people to be his God uses other people to be his hands and his feet to help deliver. And I saw that firsthand in my life. Maybe you've seen that in your life. Has there been a time that you have just seen people really come through for you when you just didn't know what you were going to do? And if they have done that for you, then those are the hands and feet of God. Even if the person is the wickedest person you've ever met, God can use the worst people ever to do great things, even if they don't know him. They are the hands. God uses everything and anything to accomplish his purpose. So, I mean, maybe you're in the boat where no one's come through for you. And if that's you, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that people have not come through for you, but there is a God who will never leave you or forsake you. And even if you can't see it, he's working all things out together behind the scenes. And someday, someday, we're going to see what that is. The last song I wanted to share with you is kind of a good one to end on. For me, I take medicine to help me with my anxiety. It's not been helping lately. I mean, it helps because it knocks me out, but then I can't get work done. Excuse me. That coffee. Goodness. Good old coffee talk with Kim. I'm going to be up till the wee hours of the morning with all this coffee. I've had about 5 cups today, so if I start twitching, you know why. All right, I got to get back to my folder here. That I love it when your apps decide to crash when you're in the middle of doing something and you just have to talk your way through it until it comes back up and waste people's time. Preach it, sister. Jason, you crack me up. All right, here we go. I got the last one coming up for you right here. And this is a little more upbeat, but it really talks about... but what I was trying to say is when I do fall asleep, man, I cannot control what I dream about. I don't know about you guys, but I have some really, really whack dreams. I'm glad that nobody can see the dreams that I have because I would probably go to jail for some of the dreams that I've had of like... That didn't sound good. But, yeah, I don't know. I can't take that back, and that's out there. So, I don't know. I have bad dreams, okay? So, okay, here we go. I just need to stop talking. I just need to find the song. Okay. It's under F. I had this already, I promise you. Here it is. All right. It's called Fear No More, if you've ever heard it on the radio. And I think I did. We're going to do it here. Okay, that goes. The words to this one. Okay, it says, every anxious thought that steals my breath. It's a heavy weight upon my chest. And as I lie awake and wonder what the future will hold, help me to remember that you're in control. You're my courage when I worry in the dead of night. You're my strength because I'm not strong enough to win this fight. You are greater than the battle raging in my mind. That's my favorite line of this song. I will trust you, Lord. I will fear no more. I will lift my eyes. I will lift my cares. Lay them in your hands. I'll leave them there. When the wind and waves are coming, you shelter me. Even though I'm in the storm is not in me. That's another one of my favorite lines. Then it goes back to the chorus and it says on the bridge, no power can come against me because you have overcome. No darkness can overwhelm me because you've already won. No power can come against me because you have overcome. No darkness can overwhelm me because you've already won. You're my courage when I worry in the dead of night. So, let's try this again. Sorry. At some point I'll have to scroll there. All right. Every anxious thought that steals my breath, it's a heavy weight upon my chest. And as I lie awake and wonder what the future will hold, help me to remember that you're in control. You're my courage when I worry in the dead of night. You're my strength 'cause I'm not strong enough to win this fight. You are greater than the battle raging in my mind. I will trust you, Lord. I will fear no more. I will lift my eyes, I will lift my cares, lay them in your hands, and I'll leave them there. When the wind and waves are coming, you shelter me. Even though I'm in the storm is not in me. You're my courage when I worry in the dead of night. You're my strength 'cause I'm not strong enough to win this fight. You are greater than the battle raging in my mind. I will trust you, Lord. I will fear no more. No power can come against me 'cause you've overcome. No darkness can overwhelm me 'cause you've already won. No power can come against me 'cause you have overcome. No darkness can overwhelm me 'cause you've already won. You're my courage when I worry in the dead of night. You're my strength 'cause I'm not strong enough to win this fight. You are greater than the battle raging in my mind. I will trust you, Lord. I will fear no more. Oh, I will fear no more. Oh, I will fear no more. Oh, I will fear no more. All right. Well, guys, those are my few songs. Sorry, I went off the screen there. I hope that it has been somewhat of an encouragement to you guys. I know it's what I needed for tonight. And so I just hope if you're out there, if you're stressed out, if you're feeling like everything's crashing in on you, because to be honest, I have felt that way tonight, that I'm like, I know there's real battle going on for me. And I mean, I told my husband, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna have a breakdown. It's just, there's so much pressure. And I know that when I'm feeling like that, that's when I need to speak the most, because there's something to be learned and gained from that. So I hope that if you're out there, whether you're watching with us right now, or whether you're watching later, or it's next week, or whenever, or if you go back and watch this later, I hope that something that's been said or something that's been reflected on tonight can bring you some peace, can bring you some hope, some encouragement, something for remembrance, because that's been the purpose of Singing into the Night, this week's episode. So, hey, if you have ideas for episodes, please, I put a comment thing out there. Maybe I'll try and do it again. I didn't get a response, but I also didn't look like a lot of people were able to see it. But I need some more ideas about what you guys want to talk about. Oh, I'm so glad, Stephanie. I know there's so much stress that sometimes we just got to take a break, take a 15-minute sanity break, and put on some music. Do like for me, I've been trying to do deep breathing exercises, but I've actually felt like I can't good deep breaths, and it's not because I have COVID. Okay, I don't have COVID. I just have stress and I have a heavy weight. So, anyway, please let me know if you have suggestions. If you want to do a talk with me, what we would do is we would do a Zoom call, pre-record it, and then show it. And it could be something that you're comfortable with. But I would love to have you on. We can all learn from each other. That's why these things are put in our lives, for us to learn from each other, that we can encourage one another in this life and in this walk. So thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate it. Feel free to share this if you have a friend who needs some encouragement and you found it to be encouraging as well. Have a great night, guys. It's good to see you, and we'll see you back here again next time. Bye.